You were tuned into the Kickback Reloaded with me, Miss Diamond B. Frazier, and Mr. To Go over there.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. You seem so quiet, so
Oh.
bashful, but you know, it could be a front.
Nah, it ain't. It ain't. It's me.
That's you?
Yes, ma'am.
Why you come by yourself?
I'm always by myself.
And why is that?
I feed off energy, so I can't have too many people around me
Okay.
like that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to read you 2 statements. I need you to tell me if you agree with this, like this is you, and if it ain't you, tell me how you are.
All right, I got
All
you.
right, so the first one, I am easily offended.
Yes, ma'am.
That's you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's you all the way, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Why is that? Are you like defensive?
Nah,
or-
I don't do nobody wrong. So if I feel like somebody do me wrong, then I got every reason to feel how I want to feel towards you.
Okay. So is it like certain things that people say kind of might make you be like, what you say?
Not so much as jump, but I'm paying attention. So if you disrespectful, I'm gonna catch it. If you doing something that's, you know what I'm saying, shady, I'm gonna catch it. So I'm paying attention.
Do you keep it and you just note it like, okay, I see how you are? Or are you the type to be vocal about it?
It depends on what it is. Sometimes I don't even feel like I should have to explain myself. Like it is what it is. If you don't see it, oh well. But I seen it, so that's all that matter. I can't put myself in that situation no more. So that's what it is.
I get you. Okay, so the next statement, I tend to dwell on the past.
Most definitely.
You read me. Who you didn't talk to? I know a little something.
Most definitely.
And why is it like the things in the past, like things that have happened, just resonate with you so hard and it's hard to really move past it?
Not as so much as that. It's good to remember. It ain't always good to forget. It's good to remember. So I just keep it with me, so I know.
Mm-hmm. Are you a forgiving person?
I got a lot. Yeah, I got a lot of pride.
Okay. So somebody crossed you one time, it's like, I'm good.
I ain't gotta never talk to you again.
Man, you're a tough one.
Believe it.
Why is that? Why not just release it and just be like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm good.
I mean, that's a battle. I deal with that myself, so it's a battle. Sometimes, I mean, I ain't to the point where I can say, okay, we cool. You did that to me. Let's move on. Nah.
Some things, do you ever look at it and be like, come on, I could be able to get past this? Or is it like people have done things to you where it's like there's no coming back?
It's always like that.
Every situation.
Yeah, it's always like that. Well, just for me, it's always like that. That's why I'm always by myself.
Okay. So you grew up in North Carolina.
Yes, ma'am.
How you end up in the DMV? Why you come here?
Just a new start. Get away. Don't nobody know me. I ain't gotta be worried about too much. I can just focus on the music and go where I need to go.
Okay. So did you know people in the DMV area?
Yeah. I had a couple cousins, uncles out here, a couple family, little family, but yeah.
And then you just decided. So I was told, I read up a little bit on you, that when you were younger, you just, you just had so much energy. You always had to do something.
Yeah, I stayed in trouble.
Why? What led you to do that? Were you just bored and you just got curious? Was it you just were, crying for attention and didn't really realize it and you were acting out?
In a way, I just realized that it wasn't nobody that was gonna tell me okay. It wasn't no consequences that came behind nothing I was doing. Like, it wasn't nobody that was gonna come. I can go outside tonight, 12 o'clock. I'm 11, 12 years old. I can go outside and go around the corner and stand outside in front of the store all night, and ain't nobody gonna come around this corner and tell me go home. You feel me? So when I realized that, it was, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Ain't got no consequences. So that's how I was feeling.
Were your parents weren't strict?
My pops smoked dope, and my mama, I'm the oldest boy out of 6 kids, so it was like,
she had to focus on like,
yeah, I can't be running around chasing behind you and I got 4, 5 more kids in the house that I gotta make sure they good and they get to school in the morning. You feel me?
Right. So you were doing these things because you felt like this new power. Like I
Not
could
even that.
just
I was going through my own. I was a young man. I ain't had no father figure, no male role model in my life. My granddaddy passed when I was 10. My uncle got like 33 years when the next year after that, my daddy smoked dope. You feel me? I got my mama. I got an older sister, and I got a little sister and 4. You know what I'm saying? Three little brothers. So it's like
so you wanted somebody to tell you, boy, you better get in the house.
I was just looking for anything. I was just looking for somebody just to notice me. You feel me?
Yeah. So how did that, you growing up and starting to get into trouble, did that lead you to rapping? Did you feel like when you lived that kind of life, okay, well then I guess I'm meant to be a rapper?
Yeah, or just seeing other people like on the TV, on the music video doing something, and you can see they hoods or where they come from, and you go outside and just look like where I come from, or you can see them doing stuff and be like, oh, I just did this, so maybe they is like me, maybe I can do this. And it's the same thing when I go back home now. I got little kids that look at me like that, so I'd be a fool if I stop, because I'm showing them like the same way that they used to show me when I was little, the people I used to look up to, like you can do something. It's something other than just these four streets or these 4 corners all day. Like
Right.
you can do something else. Like, so I'd be a fool to start that.
So with the rapping lifestyle, it comes a lot, but a lot of things, a lot of it is just being on the road. There's times where you could be home for a period of time, but you gone here, you in this place, you in that place, you just traveling, and just you growing up knowing what it's like not to have anybody there, and now you have children. Does that concern you?
Most definitely. But I just hope my energy just bleed through. You feel me? One day they'll know. One day they'll know. And I talk to my kids. I'm active. Like I'm talking to them. I'm in their head active. Like they know what's going on. They know what's going on. Well, as much as they can understand, but I know they feel my energy. So it's alright.
Okay. So I did listen to your music, and there was some recurrent themes. One line that just shouted out at me, and I'm like, okay, like what with this man? You talked about shooting people in a temple. You talk about smoking and getting money and that kind of lifestyle. Do you feel like what you're speaking about is causing the youth to be toxic? Like how you looked up to these people having the hoods and stuff behind it, and now you're kind of following that path. Do you feel like you're kind of telling them to do this certain thing?
Nah, I'm not. I don't feel like I'm telling them to do nothing. I'm just certain things made me gravitate towards certain individuals. Like that was what I liked. That was what attracted me to certain artists. So I don't never want to go away from that. But I do once I get my platform I want. And once you see this don't mean nothing. Like you can see how I look, that don't mean nothing. But once I get that platform and I'm able to open my mouth, and then you can really you just gotta do certain things until you get to the point where you can get their attention. Once you got their attention, is whatever you say they gonna listen then.
So the type of music that you're, making now, and the kind of lifestyle that kind of come with it, and the visuals that you're putting out, you ain't really with that. But you feel like, let me go ahead and ride this wave, and then I'm gonna be how I really want to be.
No, because I feel like that would be misleading. I'm still always with that. But I'm not on that. I'm not on that no more.
Okay. So what you're putting out in the air now, this is how you've been. So this is your story of what's happened to you, but this is not where you are now.
This why I don't want to be like this no more. Because all the experience that I went through. For me and every other young man that might be trying to figure it out and can't.
So when you get the platform that you want to get, will we possibly hear a change in music? Like, instead of this is where I came from, this is where I came from, and now I'm just hearing like shooting up this and this is that. Now I'm going to hear like I'm just kicking back at home, just chilling.
Exactly. Once I get more experience up under my belt, of course, the music going to change because I'm doing different stuff. But I'm just giving you what's going on with me right now. So
so what's happening right now is current. But you feel like once you accumulate a certain amount of money through this music, you're going to have a new life, and we're going to hear about this new life.
Once I go through those experiences, I can be able to. I go to the studio and I record day by day. So once I start having new experiences, I can be able to record them.
Okay. So how you are as a person growing up and how you are currently, knowing that you have 3 beautiful daughters, would you actually be comfortable knowing that they dated or are dating or marrying a guy like you?
My heart, yes. My actions, no.
And do you feel like, you know, as much as you've seen things on TV or you kind of was looking to a certain thing that you mimic that, do you feel like they'll look at their dad and be like, I want a guy like my dad? Aside from the heart, and now they go after guys that move and do certain things, do you feel like that might happen?
All I can do is guide them. All I can do is guide them right now, and just put the best in their head, and make sure I don't steer them wrong. Like, make sure they knowledgeable, and they got enough sense that can't nobody walk all over them. And if I do that, I'm good.
So you more so of the parent that's like, don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't be like me. Do this. Instead of setting the example.
Nah, I do set example. I do
Okay.
I do little stuff like we don't stay in the same state. Like, they stay with their mom. So we had Christmas this past Christmas it was in a hotel. And it was a I think it was a family in there, and their house had burnt down.
Oh man.
So they were spending. It was a little boy, and he was spending his Christmas in the hotel. You feel me? Nothing. So I made my oldest daughter. I took her to we went and bought him some, but I ain't go give it to him. I had the idea, but I made my oldest daughter go give it to him.
That's good.
And just her seeing his reaction, and, you know what I'm saying, it was everything to her. So I do set examples. I make them. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
No, I believe you.
All right.
I'm just saying it's and I know you do easily get offended, so I'm not trying to offend you at all. I'm just trying to like understand you more and put certain things in perspective. Because I had a conversation with my boyfriend, and I was like, if I had a son, I would want him to marry a girl like me. But you know, other people might not view that, might still have some kind of growing to do, and I want to be able to set that example. Like when I look at my dad, you know, I've dated guys like my dad, which ain't really the best, but I saw my mom was like, oh, okay, well, that's what she found, so maybe that's what I need to do. But it's like, it wasn't that. So you kind of, you know, going through life and knowing what you needed and just, you know, being there, you know, for your kids in the way that you need it. But
Indeed.
I see you doing that, so you cool.
Indeed. And we all grow, so, you know, I'm still growing, still learning.
All right, well, I did see a couple of things. You got the chain, you got the watch, you know, you decked out, and you said, like you said, it's not always, you know, about what you see. And one thing that you did tweet was getting bored with designer clothes, material things. They just seem to hold us back. So you know what's going on with the whole Gucci thing and the H&M. Like, how do you feel about that? Are you like Floyd Mayweather with it, or are you like, nah, like I ain't supporting none of that?
You know, I ain't paid attention on what Floyd Mayweather said something about it. He had a take on it.
He had somebody record him as he was walking into Gucci. Like, I don't care what y'all got going on with Gucci, what y'all doing. I'm shopping there regardless. I'm giving him my money. And he went in there. Soulja Boy was like, man, forget Gucci, you know, whatever. And then Gucci went and sent them socks and gloves. And it was like, you know, he started recording, look what they got me. So are you like, if once people disrespect our people, you know, forget the designer, or it's like, man, yeah, I ain't really worried about that. I'm going to wear what I want to wear.
I don't know too much about what's going on with it, because I ain't really seen nothing about it. But if it was racist or anything racist, then, you know, right is right, is wrong is wrong. So you gotta stand up for what's right. You feel me?
And how is standing up for what's right? Like, not supporting them and putting your dollars there, or it's like, wear what you want to wear, at least make a statement about it and just let them know it wasn't cool.
It just depends on who you are and what you. I mean,
Well, how are you?
Me, I don't pay attention to it, so I wouldn't know. I don't know if it was racist or not. I didn't see what was going on. So
It was a black sweater that was pulled up here, and it was like big, like red lips.
Okay.
And I think it was like a cutout for you to put your lips there, and then around it was like red, but it only came in black. And that's, considered the black face, when they all wore black.
Indeed.
And then the big, bright red lips.
What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
So you don't have an opinion, just in case you might catch to go in some Gucci, and it just is what it is. I mean, I respect it. I'm not here to sway your opinion. I just want to know. All right, so this next one, I'm trying to give my son everything I ain't have when I was coming up. What is that you're trying to give him? Is it things that you didn't have? Is it a life you didn't have? Is it?
It definitely not material things, because if I didn't have it, I can't miss it. So it's not that. I might have just been speaking on conversation, anything, love, anything I felt like I was missing when I was coming up.
So that's what, you feel like, I'm just everything I didn't have, not material wise, but the guidance that I might needed, the love I needed, the intention. I'm gonna make sure my son get that.
Indeed.
That's real. I respect that. That's cool. A few years back, you said might be locked up tomorrow, but we free tonight. Praying to God I get a leash on life. Where were you at about 5 years ago? Or it's been, not to put this on you, but it's been like a lot that go on. You don't even remember or pinpoint that situation.
I remember everything. I don't forget nothing.
So 5 years ago, when you were possibly going to go, I don't know if you actually did or not, but like, where were you in that space? Were you in Maryland 5 years ago? Were you still in North Carolina?
I was still in North Carolina 5 years ago. Going through the motions. Going through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't gotta get too into detail,
but
around that time, was that kind of like your wake up call? Like, I gotta move, I gotta get out of here, or did more things kind of transpire before you made that decision to come here?
Everything that happened in my life, was why I moved.
When did you move here?
About 2 years ago.
Okay. So like, it was just. Did you make an announcement to everybody? Like, look, I'm about to pack my stuff, or?
I ain't had no choice. I think I did it on. I think I might have did my first show in D.C. Mm-hmm. And I was just up here for a weekend. I came back, and I was already going through it. Like, I was going through with my baby mama, and she was telling me, like, she didn't want me to come do it, 'cause I think it was at a strip club. So, you know how that goes. She didn't want me to do it, and I think I came back home, and everything was gone. Like, everything was out the crib. Nothing was in the crib. My kids was gone. She was gone. My dogs was running around in the front yard. They house dogs.
I know you love dogs.
Yeah,
so that probably did something to you.
Not just that. More than anything, my daughter being gone.
Yeah.
Like, that was enough for me. Like, that was enough.
So even, I'm sure things have, probably been a lot different since then. But even seeing you going away to a show and what it actually did to, your family and what was back at home, did that make you be like, do I even really want to do this rapping?
Every day.
You still battle with it if it's something you really want to do or not?
Every day, but it's like, and I just came back from North Carolina from a funeral, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, just being back home and seeing, and just having that feeling like everybody's still stuck. Like, I don't know why. Like, it feel like everybody's stuck. Like, and then I'm still losing people. Like, it's still going on. Like, we still losing people. So it's like, I want to give up, but it's still a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying? If I give up, then what?
Right, then everybody just gonna remain stuck. Do you feel like it's kind of a pressure on you, like you have to be the hope for your family or, your friends or whatever situation you have back in North Carolina, and it's like a lot weighing on you?
And yeah, indeed, most definitely.
Okay. Well, I get that. I definitely do. And this last thing that I seen was something that was a little bit recurring, was you would post images of promethazine, like cough syrup. So yeah. I know when people, typically get into things like that, it's to numb whatever's going on. Have you moved on from doing things like that? Or
yes, I have another outlet. That's why I go to the studio so much now.
And that's your new love.
I don't even do that no more. Yeah.
I'm happy for you. That's
Thank
growth.
you.
So if you
Thank
got
you.
anything to be proud of, it's like you're not, self-medicating yourself in a way that could, shorten your lifespan.
Not
It's like you're
even
actually
that. Not
trying
even
to.
that. I'm in a whole different space. Like that's what I gotta keep reminding myself. Like it's not like that no more.
So that was North Carolina.
Yeah.
And here is like whole nother ball game.
It's still. I mean, I'm still the same person. I still go to the. I still fight the same battles. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying. No matter where I go, I'm still gonna have my problems. I'm still gonna have my shit I deal with. Excuse my language. I'm still gonna deal with what I deal with. But it's better. I'm in a different space. I gotta keep reminding myself that. Like it's a lot better. It could be a lot worse. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm happy. Ready to keep putting this music out.
That's
Keep putting it
good.
up.
Or you might just be owning a label and you letting everybody else do the thing.
That too.
That might be in your future where you don't even have to be on the forefront talking about whatever. You just sitting quietly, making the money, feeding your family. I know that sounds good.
Yes, ma'am.
So what can we expect for you this year coming up? What what do you see for yourself?
Everything I speak for myself, I see for myself. So I mean, a lot. I'm just gonna keep putting this music out, keep letting y'all hear me, talking to y'all through this music. That's all I can do.
I respect it. So where can we find you and follow your journey and get your music?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter, WallWay 2Go, and I just dropped a project called Devoted with me and my brother Pat. It's out everywhere. And then I got a project called 2, Roman numerals 2. It's out everywhere. Just type in 2GO and you can find me.
Yeah, we was definitely up watching your videos yesterday, scrolling through all your stuff, trying to find out who you are, what's going on. So shout out to you. So did you want to leave anything with the people, like some words of wisdom, something that you wanted to hear and you ain't never heard before? You want to give that to somebody?
Patience save lives. No matter what you're going through, you still got tomorrow. You always got tomorrow. So that's it.
Look at him leaving us with some positivity. Look, if you going through something today, let tomorrow be a new day, start fresh.
Indeed.
And that's words from him. I'm Diamond B. Frazier. That is 2Go, and you are tuned into the Kickback Reloaded.